Good afternoon, all. Today we are going to see about the nursing curriculum. We all familiar the curriculum. Anyway, you came to the fourth year. Now you are in the fourth year. You have a curriculum from first year to fourth year. That is the curriculum. So coming to the term curriculum, it was first used by in Scotland as early as 1820 and became a part of education. Curriculum is a main part of the education. The term curriculum is a Latin word currere, which means running race or runway, which one takes to reach goal. The person for this curriculum, it is established to attain our certain goals. To achievement of the certain goal, we should want to train more. That's the importance of curriculum. That is the word meaning of the curriculum. Then coming to the definition, curriculum is defined as the normal and informal content and process by which learners gain knowledge and understanding, develop skills and alter attitudes, appreciations and values under the auspices of that school. According to the Ronald C. Dole, he explained that it's a formal and informal content of and process by which learners gain knowledge. It's a formal, this is a normal and informal, that is the process which learners gain knowledge. The students, you gain knowledge from certain things. That is the from first year subject, second year subject, third year subject, fourth year subjects. All together you have gained some knowledge and you are applying to other field. And that is the gain knowledge and understanding, develop skills, that is the skills that all together, and your altitudes, appreciations and values under auspices of that school. That's defines as curriculum. Then according to Cunningham, curriculum is a tool in the hands of the artist. Artist is the teacher who explains what it is, what you want to study, what you want to deal, that all the teacher will explains and mold his material, able the students to make it and mold his material according to his ideas, aim and objectives. We have some aims and objectives that the student should be, you should become a perfect nurse. That's our aim, the teacher's aim. That for that we will be inculcate your ideas and your build up your ideas and make your students, each and everyone, to be fulfilled to that one. In his studio, that is the school in our college. Okay. Then determinants, that is a psychological, scientific, political, sociological, philosophical. Principles of curriculum, the principles of utility, principles of flexibility, principle of child-centeredness, principle of life-centeredness, principle of community-centeredness. That is the first principle, utility. We have, whatever the utility, we have things, something that is used to for the curriculum. We have the, in our college, the labs are there. That labs will be utilized for your advancement of studies. That is the utility. Then principle of flexibility, we should be flexible according to our character and according to our behavior. We have some strength, that according to that we will be build our, it is flexibility. Principle of child-centeredness, we should always center towards the child. That is, if the person who is giving to next generation, or what from the childhood onwards, how we should behave. Like that is the principle of child-centeredness. Principle of life-centeredness, it is the whole human life we are focusing. Principle of community-centeredness, we should be focused on the community. For this pandemic, the health workers are more powerful on this pandemic. Then curriculum, that is principle of correlation, all together, we together, or these child-centeredness, life-centeredness, communities all together commonly form, that is the correlation. Then principle of activity-centeredness, we should give some activities, that is the, for example, we are doing community camp, that is on the, and we are giving, that is by this activity we can achieve more. Then principle of use of leisure time, we are using the leisure time, that is giving some health education or some other health talks will be giving on to the public. Then principle of interrelation of subjects, that between the subject and the community or subject and the people, we should be interrelated with towards the words it. And principle of development of culture and civilization, according to their culture and civilization we should be focused. Then principle of need based activity, what's their base, what is the basic need for a person. Principle of value orientedness, that is the main value we are concerned. Then conservative principles, principle of creative training, we should create, we should prepare newer methods, new innovative methods that helps the people, and that is the innovation helps the people to find out one or other things. Then principle of harmony. Then coming to the curriculum development. Curriculum development is a deliberate process, not an event. It takes concentrated time, effort and faculty commitment. The process consists of a series of systematic, logical, dynamic, spiral and progressive stages that can be time consuming and labor intensive. That is the curriculum development. It's a deliberative process. Curriculum development is a deliberative one. Many people jointly together and form the particular curriculum. That's the many people's ideas and beliefs they have togetherly forms, and it helps the student to how they want to useful to the society. Otherwise, how you should be build up your own intellectual capacity, how you should be help for your studies, what is the importance of studies. These all things togetherly form, that is a deliberate process. Each and every key points we will observe and teaching you, not an event. That takes concentrated time. That is, for preparing the curriculum we should need some time. That is we are taking some time. We should be putting major effort, many efforts we are putting, and faculty commitment is also there. The process consists of a series of systematic, logical, dynamic, spiraled and progressive stages. That is the systematic, that is in a hierarchical manner from each and every step. For example, if a baby has born, from the baby we are seeing from the milestones to the older age we are prepared that. For that, likewise, we are preparing for a systematic, logic, dynamical, spiraled and progressive stages that it can be time consuming and labor intensive. That is like reduce the labor work also. So stages of curriculum development. The directive stage, it lays foundation of all other stages. It identifies beliefs, knowledge and concepts. Formulation of theoretical framework in selection and sequence of the content. Then the formative stage, philosophy of educational institution, objectives, nature or content of nursing. Then functional stage, practical form of curriculum, planned teaching and learning experiences. Then evaluative stage, input evaluation, throughput evaluation, output evaluation, evaluation for the curriculum revision. So the directive stage, first on the directive stage, first we will lace for, if you are building a house, first we should be see the area, we should first we will draw a plan and the foundation should be taken. Likewise, we have first the step, that is then identify what are beliefs, knowledge and concepts, that all the things we should be see, that is the property is fit for the building construction, that all things, that is the belief concepts, that all things we should see. Then formulation, theoretical framework in selection, sequence and content, that is the building structure, that all things we will make. Then the formative stage, philosophy of educational institution, objectives, nature and content of nursing. For the for example, this is a building construction, then we should be make some ideas, that concrete ideas we should be prepare. Then we should be step by step one they will prepare. Then nature, content, everything we should be see. Then functional stage, practical formal, then we start the work, practical form of curriculum, planned teaching and learning experience, that is we start to build up the house. Then evaluative stage, input we will should be give that's the everything has fulfilled, the person will the family member starts to leave, then they will see how their living process is going on. Then they said about their life, that the living on that house is how it is better. It's no other any hazards from that is the disasters that is away from this all. Evaluation for curriculum revision. Then we should be finally fulfill that one. That is likewise that we will preparing the curriculum. Then phases of curriculum process. The curriculum is based on the philosophy and purposes of the school or college or university, and its construction requires an understanding of educational psychology together with the knowledge and skill in the principles and practices of nursing education. 5 phases in curriculum process. Formulating the statement of philosophy of the school or college of university. That's the first phase in the statement philosophy school or college. It's the focusing some that how that is the we can focus on this college or school, how it will be for apt. Then phase 2, establishment of purposes and objectives of the school or college of university. Then phase 3, selection of learning experiences to achieve the purposes and objectives. Selection, how we will select learning experiences, and that all with all people's that learning experience, these all together we capture and do that one. Then phase 4, effective organization of the selected learning experience. Then phase 5, evaluation of the total program. Total, we will be evaluate the program. Then steps of curriculum development. That is the formulation of educational objectives. The same thing, selection of teaching and learning experiences. The phases and steps are same. Then organization, teaching, learning experience, evaluation of learning objectives and outcomes. Then formulation of educational objectives. Educational objectives formulated for a given course of study will depend upon intended learning outcomes. That is the educational objectives. That is education formulated give course to study well will depend upon the intended learning outcomes. Then in formulating educational objectives, it is best to use words or phrases to identify, to differentiate, to evaluate, to perform particular task or procedure to elicit response from that describe precisely as possible measurable or observable learning outcomes. Phrases like to know, to understand, to appreciate, which are not precise enough for the purpose, may however be used in the statement that describe the general goals of a course or a program. Educational objectives will provide useful guidelines for teachers to adopt a more systematic approach in designing and planning instructional strategies, particularly with respect to what to teach, how to assess, what to evaluate. For example, educational objectives, vision, what to teach you for OBG, in example for in our gynecological. First I think what to teach you. For example, in that is in antenatal mother, I am thinking what to teach you, what do you understand by that one. For that I have made some tips. Then how to teach, that is abdominal palpation, how I want to teach you, how it is easily palpable and you can find out the parts. Then how you will assess and what to evaluate, final evaluation I ask. These are the main things for teaching. Then 5 M's in curriculum evaluation: men and other personnel involved, money, materials, methods, minutes. Types of curriculum: knowledge, competence, experience. Knowledge centered curriculum, that is subject centered. We should have a good knowledge about our subject. Knowledge centered curriculum is that the curriculum in which knowledge is divided in terms of isolated subjects. The sequence followed is the logical sequence pertaining to the particular discipline, and the logic is determined by the subject specialist. The subject should have a good knowledge. The person who is teaching, she or he should be very much of have good knowledge about the subject, and she should be keen observer of their subject. Then competence based, task oriented or activity based curriculum. What should a learner be able to do and what should learn during the course is the basic question that drives the making of a such curriculum plan. The focus is on the task that a successful graduate need to later a competent professional. That is the competence we should have in every, not in a nursing, any other field, every field there will be a competence between each other. That makes the people more success in their life. Then task could be cognitive problem solving skills. We should have a cognitive skills. In psychology you have studied this cognitive. Definitive communication skills or mixed type encompassing more than one domain. Nursing curriculum need to adopt this approach more widely. Then experience based curriculum. In this type of curriculum, learner is placed in the natural setting of the community. Whereas community oriented nursing education is an ideal method of educating learners. Okay, thank you. I think you understood about this one. Then next part, the continuation will be see on next day. Okay, thank you all.